Yeah, Trump's been all over the place lately, going back on things he previously praised DeSantis for. At this point, I'm hoping DeSantis wins the nomination because he's consistent. And with no more mean tweets, it just won't be the same with Trump. Yeah.
I wish they could work together.
I think DeSantis is playing a cleaner game. Yeah. Trump is being ridiculous. He's being Trump. I got to admit, he's not acting very presidential, Walt.
I agree. It's sad to see him trash people that were like Kayleigh McEnary, where there was no reason. He gave her a label, which we all know is his sign that he's going after you, and there was really no reason for that. She took
none whatsoever. And DeSantis made a great point today. He's like in Florida, so he's like his entire family moved to Florida. Trump's family did, while DeSantis was governor because it was better. That's what he told everybody.
Right,
and that's part of the problem with the politics in this country is they're all just going to tell you what you want to hear from them. I mean, not necessarily in Trump's case. I think if he's trying to speak to his tight base, maybe they're eating that up. But our politicians will just stand there and lie to us, like this debt ceiling thing, where they're raising the debt ceiling, and we're going to end up with a $4 trillion deficit. But yet they're reducing spending. Like any simpleton can see through that. How do you raise the debt by $1 trillion, but yet you're reducing spending?
They're going to double our debt within 10 years. So we're going to go from 31 to 60 something.
It's just retarded. Right now they had a $3 trillion, and now it's going to $4 trillion. So, and Heath here says, although DeSantis has a terrible bedside manner, who cares if your doctor is your buddy? I'd rather have the best surgeon. That's an a-hole. I don't know why people say that about him. I think when DeSantis appears and speaks in front of people and the things he does, he's fine. You know, when you look at the juvenile tweets that Trump puts out about Rob DeSantis and all this stuff, it's pathetic. I mean, DeSantis is sticking to the issues. He's talking about the things that matter. He's not down there throwing mud. He's going to have to throw a little bit at some point. But
if Trump was smart, he wouldn't let his pride get in the way because that's, and he would have worked with DeSantis. Those two would have been a powerhouse. If taken over.
If those two were on a ticket together, which whoever gets the nomination, may do something like that. It would be a smart move. It would have been the smart move to begin with. Those two should have got together and talked and been like, hey, let's take this thing again. With either or as the VP on the ticket, it would have been a grand slam, in my opinion. And it still may come out that way. We got to get through the primaries first.
You would have had 16 years?
Well,
like if, let's say, Trump was president and DeSantis was vice, Trump would be 8 years.
Yep.
And then DeSantis
could get it, and he could make Trump vice president if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Give Trump 16 years up there. I wonder if he'd live in the White House or the vice president's residence, or if he would do like Camel and go stay in a townhouse somewhere.
He'd stay in Florida, hopefully.
Nah, he can do that. Politicians don't care about the U.S. debt because they are packing their bank accounts with our tax dollars for them and their kids. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which reminds me, Walt, what do you think about this student debt relief debacle? Where are you at on that one? Because you went to medical.
I think anything that a majority of Democrats vote for is probably not a good deal. I mean,
how about the idea that these people voluntarily entered into these contracts and they assumed liability, a financial liability, and they should have to pay it? I didn't go to college. Why should I have to bear any burden of somebody else's college debt?
Oh, I agree. Didn't the Supreme Court just knock that down?
Yeah, but Biden's saying he's going to veto anything that forbids the debt forgiveness.
Why is it just student loans? Why not car loans and your rent?
No, because education is supposed to be free, even though universities keep ratcheting up the cost of a 4-year education dramatically. But no one's supposed to pay for it, I guess. I don't know.
Nothing's going to happen of this if the Supreme Court rules against it. This is for votes. And just like it was in 2020. It's just to get the young vote.
That's all it is. And Mark McGrath here says, I worry DeSantis is too establishment. I like what he is doing, but I worry. Any politician in office today is establishment. None of them have our interest in mind. They all have their own interest in mind. We need to really start getting away from even calling them Congress. We need to start using the correct term for them, proletariat.
Oh.